start the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Saw content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil.
Hello everyone, I'm the Angry Vigilante. This is my side channel where I post reaction videos to salty fanboys pulled straight from my live streams on my main channel, The Angry Vigilante Show. On the main channel, I also cover gaming news, rants, and full game reviews. I'll leave a link down below and you're more than welcome to come and subscribe and also hang out with me live every Monday morning at 5 a.m. Pacific time.
So right now, we're seeing a lot of concern trolling about the upcoming Direct. I'm seeing a lot.
Yeah, there's not a lot of concern trolling going on. What the hell are you talking about? What we got a lot of is the people sitting here spreading these fake leaks around, trying to hype up the community and like they did last year. Which I will give Harmon one thing. You know, one thing Harmon does not do, he does not sit here and run on that hype train. He does not sit here and spread around all those fake leak directs. He wasn't one of them that was doing it when Woods was doing it last year, and he hasn't been one that's been doing it this time. So I will give credit to where it's due.
A lot of people make statements like, oh no, Nintendo has to hit it out of the park with this Direct.
Oh, thank you so much there, the Pulsar Legend 64. Good morning. I really like your channel. Thank you so much. Yes, there is ads, Draconic's Darkness. If I don't put on the ads, then YouTube doesn't like promote the chant or the video. They don't push out the video into the algorithm, so I have to put on ads. I'm sorry. Good morning there, DBZ Nation. My chats don't show up. Yeah, they do. Little guy, Franny123. They just showed up now. Salute to you too, DBZ Nation. All right.
Otherwise, YouTubers won't take them seriously. Like, nobody cares about, or should care, about what some weirdo on YouTube has, or Twitter has to say about anything, okay? Like, I don't care what Arlo thinks. I don't care what
Oh, yes, you do. That's why you're constantly reacting to him. You literally did a reaction on your live stream last night to Arlo. So yes, you do care what he says.
RGT things. I don't care what.
You definitely care what RGT thinks.
But like, Nintendo.
Come on, say there you go. That's right. You say Daddy Nintendine's name. You put some respect on that name.
Them can get bent. Okay, those guys need to just fuck off.
Harmon, there is no need for that language. You are better than this.
I am tired of seeing them. I am tired of hearing their voices. We are at the point now.
You know, you don't have to watch them. Harmon, if you don't like them so much, stop watching them. There are those 3 dots where you can hit don't recommend.
Where people in my community genuinely believe that Nintendine and Arlo are the same person, okay?
I will admit, I finally watched an Arlo video the other day, and I'm actually those voices are very similar. It makes me wonder if they really might be the same person. Even though Nintendine says that he's not Arlo, they do sound alike.
Okay. Like, you really can't tell them apart. They have the same nasally voice. They complain about Nintendo incessantly. Like,
I mean, there are many people that complain about Nintendo. That don't mean they're the same person. But let's just say if they are the same person, it makes no sense to have 2 separate channels doing like the same content. It just there's no point in it. Like, what's the point?
You never see them on screen. Like, Arlo doesn't even do the puppet anymore. Like, you just see them.
What are you talking about? He just did in his latest video, didn't he? He reacted to it.
Like, have the same talking points and do this thing. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't think Nintendo knows what they're doing anymore. Like,
I don't think anybody thinks they know what they're doing.
It is a complete farce. Like, Nintendine tried to produce a video today saying that it was more profitable to be positive towards Nintendo around the time that the Nintendo Switch 2 came out. And
It wasn't until well after the Switch 2 launch. It wasn't until after that partner showcase where it started getting more profitable to do what you guys love to call the negative stuff, which it had nothing to do with it being negative. It was that we were being honest. That was the whole reason. But yeah, before that, it was profitable, not for you. I mean, it still isn't profitable for you, but it was profitable for many of the other people. Look at Player Essence, look at Nintendo Prime. They were perfectly fine with all the views they were getting.
I had a good chuckle at that. You know, I was Knuckles the Echidna for a minute there. And I was
Oh, were you the guy from Goonies? Did you do the truffle or the chuckle or what is it called? The chuckle shuffle or tuckle, whatever. You know what I'm talking about from the Goonies.
I was having a good chuckle and chuckling like Knuckles. So like this guy just puts out the most delusional, insane, out there takes imaginable, and just tries to pass them off as if they're serious. Like, oh yes, these Nintendo YouTubers, they were positive towards the Switch 2 at first, but now they've turned on it because
some of them have. Arlo was pretty positive until he got fed up with the crap. Nintendo was positive until he got fed up with the crap.
Like,
I've always been the same. I've been open and honest about everything. When they do something good, I will support them. When they do something bad, I'm going to blast them.
They're just grifters, and it's just like, no, they were always critical towards Nintendo. They were always critical towards the Switch 2. They've always had these kind of beliefs about the release schedule. Like, you know, like, and again, this is the thing we've been seeing a lot of, right?
Harmon, you really got to move that mic closer to your mouth. What you need to do is turn the gain down, move that mic closer to your mouth, and it will sound so much better. You have a very good mic. You have that is a good mic.
You keep seeing these people insist that there are no games on Nintendo hardware, that nothing is coming out, that like everything is...
Nothing major's coming out. No matter how much you want to be, Tamagotchi Life is not a major IP. Well, actually, I take it back. That one actually is. I forgot how much is sold on 3DS. But Pokepia, not a major IP, regardless if it has the Pokemon name on there. Same thing with the Yoshi game. Same thing with Fire Emblem. Those are not major releases, Harmon. There is no massive new major release for the Switch 2 this year so far.
Is like failing, or that like everything is underperforming. And then you look at like the reality.
It underperformed the holiday. That is a fact, Harmon.
Of the situation. And what you see is that like Nintendo's killing it. You know, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment did 1 million units. You know, perfectly.
Okay, there are many games that did 1 million units. Oh, I got a $20 super chat from Awesome Boss. Nice try, Angry Vigilante Show, but you can't hide that amazing music from me. Alrighty, what song do you want there, Awesome Boss? Would you like the usual channels, the one about Harmon, Nukem Nintendo, Horn Hellfire, Player Essence, Desire, Switch Addiction? We got the Game Bird Classic, we got Zoo. Which one do you want? Let me know.
Serviceable for a Warriors game, right? Actually, that's pretty good for a Warriors game. You know, you get like Kirby Air Riders, which done really well. Bonanza, you know.
Harmon, you don't even know how well that game has sold. Stop the cap. Bonanza, yes, Bonanza did sell well.
Mario Kart World, over 10 million units. Like, again,
yes. Do you know how many were given away for free? How many of them were bundled in, Harmon?
Again, the entire cope that like the Switch 2 sold poorly this holiday season has.
All right, Awesome Boss. I will play Harmon. Since we are listening to Harmon right now, I will play Harmon.
Been debunked at this point. And yet you have these guys coming out and making their like insane talking points, trying to say that like the console is failing or that people are like apprehensive about this. Like, and I do think this is what.
No one is saying that it's failing. Who, you like talking about Arlo, Nintendo, you even throw me out there sometimes. When are we saying that the thing is failing?
What needs to be said at this.
We got Harmon Smith, Player Essence, Desire, Switch Addiction, or anything you want to choose, really. All right, we will do Harmon Smith, and we will do Player Essence after that. How about that one?
Point, okay, because you're gonna see this happen, like no matter what happens in Nintendo Direct. Nintendo YouTubers are going to complain no matter what, because that is their literal job. That is their literal job. Okay,
that I actually agree with you. Unless they get a new Zelda or a new 3D Mario shit. They need a new Zelda and a new Mario in the same year. Then you won't hear that many complaints. Well, let's say we get a new Mario. You're going to hear the Zelda fans complain. If we get a new Zelda, you're going to hear the Mario fans complain.
They will cry about Nintendo. They will whine about Nintendo. They will hyperventilate about Nintendo.
Harmon, a few days ago, you were complaining about Nintendo because of the Tamagotchi Life game. Now you're starting to backtrack because you don't want to have the negativity. And then he had the audacity to be like, oh, I know that the negative videos are doing better because my videos are doing dramatically better. My guy, you went from like 300 views to 500 views. Okay, let's not act like that's dramatically better here.
They will scream about Nintendo until they're blue in the face. You know, they will run blogs.
What's up there, that PlayStation gamer? How's it going, man? PlayStation gamer, man, you got to start putting out more content, man. Harmon's waiting for your reactions.
That no one reads for 20 years, trying to gaslight you into thinking Super Mario Bros. 3 was the last good Nintendo game ever made. You know, like, these guys.
Who's saying that who is saying that the Super Mario 3 was the last good Nintendo game ever made? There have been plenty of good ones after that. The Xenoblade games alone are the best.
Are so desperate to try and paint this narrative that, like, the Nintendo Switch 2, like, doesn't have a lot of exciting upcoming games. You know, like,
they have some exciting games, but they're not like these major system sellers.
And it's just like, even if you look at the release schedule now, okay, like, you have, like, so many things to look forward to. You know, Resident Evil 9, Pragmata, Monster Hunter Stories 3. You got Rhythm Heaven, Tomodachi Life, which, again, is way bigger than most people realize. You know, you have, like, all these banger titles, and
yes, you got some good titles coming out, but they're not system sellers.
the reality that the Nintendo Direct could literally drop, like, whatever, you know?
That's completely irrelevant. You don't know what they got cooking. We should not base everything on a what if like that. We have to base off of the facts that's at hand at the moment.
Like, you have so many people like trying to say that, like, oh, they don't have any games, nothing is good, I don't enjoy anything because I have no soul. Like,
well, there's not that many games. That is very true, Harmon. You need to understand the Switch 2 is a primary first-party device. No matter how much you want it to be the secondary device, or I mean, it's not a primary yes, it is a first-party device. Majority of people pick up a Nintendo console for the first-party games, not for the third-party. Those are just bonuses when they pick up those ones.
like, I don't enjoy anything other than porn and gacha games, you know? Like, you have these guys seriously sitting there, like, damage controlling everything Nintendo does. You know, we've had
Mario, I like how you and Nintending are one of the more calmer guys and are more humble. When I do my long videos, I do try to do that. Now, when I do reactions, I will admit, Mario, I do sit here and get a little triggered sometimes. And that is okay, PlayStation gamer. Yeah, I've been slacking, my bad. It's all good. Hey there, Coffee Don, and thank you all so much for being members. I appreciate it so much.
like 2 directs in the past couple of days, right? We had the Mario Direct, Mario Galaxy Movie Direct, which was great. That was, you know, plenty of stuff to talk about. And then we had, like, the Tomodachi Life Direct, which is coming up soon.
Which, honestly, both directs were completely pointless. I'm honestly thinking about doing a video on how Nintendo is watering down their damn directs. Because there was no point in having even though I did enjoy the trailer for the Mario Galaxy, because I'm excited to see the movie, but there was no point in doing a direct for that. They didn't explain anything, break anything down. They literally just released a 5-minute trailer. They didn't have to do a direct for that. Even for the Tamagotchi Life, I think they would have done better just releasing that as an overview trailer than doing a direct, because again, they weren't going over anything. They weren't explaining nothing. Usually in directs, they at least go over stuff and explain stuff.
So, like, we have 2 major directs, right? And, like, the narrative right now,
They were not major directs. Stop the cap. General directs are major directs. Those were 2 pointless directs.
is that, like, oh, I don't care about that. You know, I don't care about Tomodachi. I don't care about the Mario movie. And it's just like, at a certain point,
I care about the movie. I don't care about the Tamagotchi Life.
you have to just kind of acknowledge that, like, what exactly did these people want? Because it can't be a Mario or a Zelda game, because we've already gotten, you know, titles associated with those brands.
It doesn't matter. When people say they want a Mario game, they want a full 3D game, a new 3D Mario. That's what they want. Zelda, I mean, they always want Zelda. That's nothing new.
You know, it can't be like, you know, mature oriented games, because we're getting plenty of those, you know, day and date with other consoles.
No, you're not. You didn't get the Borderlands 4? That got pushed out. It was supposed to be day and date. Only one game can I recall where you got day and date. Well, I mean, you got some of the JRPG stuff that was day and date, but when you're talking about like the major AAA stuff, like the mature ones that you want to act like are mature, you know, you got Chronos: The New Dawn. That was it. Yeah, you're supposed to get Resident Evil 7, but that can, or not Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil Requiem, and that can get pushed out though. You never know. It could get delayed.
You know, it can't be like this or that, because there's plenty of things on the console already. Like the Switch 2 is already a success, and what we're seeing is people in denial about it. People who will scream until they're blue in the face that there's nothing to play on Switch 2.
Harmon, when people say there's nothing to play on Switch 2, it's because they're looking at the first party games. The first party lineup has been kind of lackluster this year. You had a lot of mid games that just weren't either good, or they just didn't sit here and have the quality to justify those prices.
That it's a complete failure of a console, and that there's nothing that...
Who is saying it's a complete failure, Harmon? Never seen Arlo say it's a complete failure. Never seen Nintendo. All the people you love to point out. Never once have I heard them say it's a complete failure. I know that Nintendo said that it failed for the holiday season, which is a fact, they did.
There's like nothing to look forward to, and like they're literally announcing things every month. Like there's literally like announcements on Twitter right now. They literally...
No, there's not. But are you talking about the leaks? Is that what you're talking about, Harmon? But no, the Super Mario Wonder, people are not excited for it. It's overpriced. It's a ripoff, plain and simple.
Literally just patched in new content for Donkey Kong Country Returns. They just gave...
That was the bare minimum that they should have had at launch. Now, the upgraded visuals, I understand they couldn't really do that, but everything else they did for the game, they should have already had.
Kirby Air Riders, a new Grand Prix mode.
And after charging that abomination of a $60 price for just a port, that's the least they can do for free.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, there's nothing to play. Like, there's plenty of stuff to play. Splatoon 3 is getting a new update.
Yeah, not everybody likes Splatoon, Harmon.
Like, these games have stayed relevant over time. And that's my...
When they say they want new games, Harmon, they want brand new IPs. That's what they want. New games.
My problem with this, honestly, as someone who, like, over the past, like, year or so has been streaming, like, 8 hours a day, okay? I've been streaming...
That's because you have no life. Which I want to know, how do you even make money doing that 8 hours a day? Honestly, I don't think I can do 8 hours. That would be rough. Doing an 8-hour live stream, I don't know if I can do it.
Streaming regularly, playing my Switch 2 a lot. My play hour time will attest to that. I've been playing a lot of Nintendo consoles. When you look at, like, my playtime on Switch 2, like, I'm playing all sorts of things. I'm playing RPGs, I'm playing older games, I'm playing new games, like, I'm getting a lot.
Yes, we know you play a lot of older games. Oh, we got PokeFan with a $2 super chat. Here is my small contribution. You're welcome. Thank you so much, PokeFan. What song do you want? Do you want the regular theme song, the Harmon Smith, Nuka Nintendo, Horror Hellfire, Player Essence, Desire, Switch Addiction, Game Bird Classic, or Flipping the Switch? Which one do you want, man?
Mileage on my Switch 2. Like, I put like 2,000 hours into this thing. Well, not quite 2,000. Probably a little bit less than that because the first half of the year. But like,
2,000 hours, Harmon? Do you have a life? Do you ever go outside? That's a lot of hours in what, 6 damn months? Come on here.
Over 1,000 hours on this thing. Okay, playing my Switch 2. Okay, playing multiplats, playing Nintendo Switch 2 exclusives, playing like classic games.
I think I may, if I'm lucky, and this isn't even just including the Switch 2, this is just including gaming. In the last 6 months, I might have put maybe 200 hours, and that's pushing it. Because I am way too damn busy to be able to sit here and put 2,000 hours into gaming for 6 months. Maybe back when I was a kid I could, but I got a job, I have a wife. I can't play that much damn video games. That's too damn much, nor would I want to. That's probably why, Harmon, we're seeing that share barely holding up. I don't usually like to point out people's weight, man, but I'm getting a little worried about you. You really need to do something. That's not good.
Yeah, like, and again, like, when you put that much time into a console, like, for any reason, like, the entire
all right, PokeFan wants Hellfire.
Narrative that, like, the console has no games becomes laughably stupid. Okay, like, it doesn't make any sense at all. Because what these people have to do is that they have to downplay the Nintendo Switch 2 exclusives. They have to downplay Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Kirby Air Riders.
People aren't really downplaying Donkey Kong Bonanza, and no one's really downplaying Mario Kart World except saying it's not really that good. But Kirby Air Riders, you don't even know how many that sold. You're guessing if it sold over 1 million. Even if it did, you do understand that 1 million isn't what makes Nintendo happy. Nintendo wasn't happy with Metroid Prime Remaster. I don't think they were happy with Mario and Luigi Brothership.
By saying that
And according to you, you always talk trash about Astrobot on how much it sold, saying it barely sold.
They're too niche to be relevant. They're not a Mario and Zelda game. You know, they have to downplay the multi-class because supposedly they aren't as good as other consoles, even though they are exactly the same. You know, they have to complain about the indie games. They have to complain about like classic older Nintendo games. They have to downplay the entire backlog of Nintendo Switch 1 games, many of which
they're not downplaying them, but no one's going to consider those Switch 2 games like you like to claim they are. They're not.
Are getting upgraded, better versions on Switch 2 with additional.
Hello there, Stephanie Browse. What's up, ABS? What's up?
Content. You know, and this is the situation we're in. Is that Nintendo has made all these banger moves, done all of these things to make this console incredibly successful and popular, and yet, like, we're seeing the community just in denial about it. You know,
who's in denial about what, Harmon? Just because they don't glaze it like you do all the damn time? Harmon, my guy, you really need to do something. Either you need to sit here and diet, or you really need to sit here and go buy some shirts, man, because this is not good. You want to know it honestly, Harmon? When you're not, and I'm not trying to be mean, because not everybody is appealing to look at, but when you're not very appealing, you really should think about doing faceless content. I'm just saying that.
We are seeing them sit there and do the courage the cowardly dog thing, where they're just like, I don't like this. I want this. Oh,
how's that courage the cowardly dog? Usually, like being a coward, you don't say anything.
But I don't want that. Like, you know, they are just looking for reasons to complain. And when you take that into consideration, when you really ask yourself, like, what exactly do these people want? The conclusion you inevitably come to is that there isn't anything you could possibly do to make these people happy. Because,
well, I agree, Harmon. You should understand this by now. You are close in age. You should know you can't make everybody happy. Let's be realistic here.
At the end of the day, what they actually genuinely want is for Nintendo to fail. You know, that's what they want. That's what.
Yes, I want Nintendo to fail enough to where they get humbled again. Don't want them to go like bankrupt and then they completely collapse, but I would like them to fail enough.
What they're looking for, that's what their content's oriented for. Like, there's nothing they could possibly do to enjoy Nintendo. They're too hyper fixated on like this image of like Nintendo being this evil company, and they don't want to support them.
They are being evil. They are being very greedy this generation.
Like, it's an image that needs to die, honestly. Like, they're.
Well, tell Nintendo to act right then, Harmon. They won't have to have that image. It's Nintendo's fault.
There's no reason to think that the Switch 2 is failing. There's no reason to think that
I agree. No one really is saying that it's failing. And there's a good thumbnail for somebody.
That the Nintendo Direct is going to be bad, or that like it's not going to be underwhelming, like that it's going to be underwhelming, or that there's not going to be a direct. Like, everything we've seen from the community seems to indicate that like people are just spurging out about nothing. And that really does need to be said, is that like, even if there's no Direct next month, right? So what? You know, like nothing's gonna change because there's still.
Well, there isn't going to be a new Direct well, there's going to be the partner showcase, but I seriously doubt there's not going to be a general Direct. But Harmon, like I said, the Switch 2, okay, is primarily a first-party console. People look at it as the secondary console. When it comes to third party, most people are going to buy them elsewhere. That's just how it is. Nintendo has not earned that goodwill for the third party yet.
Still plenty of games coming out. There's plenty of reasons to pick up Switch 2. There's going to be games later in the year. There's going to be a Direct later on down the line. So,
of course, there's going to be a Direct later down the line. No one's denying that one. Come on, Harmon.
The idea that like Nintendo needs a Direct right now is laughably stupid, and
it does technically need one to make the core fan base happy.
Should be dismissed by everyone.
Oh, Harmon, we know you're not going to do it. You'll try, but you'll fail. Well, we are finally done with Harmon.
You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hard